Working well, sponsored by Simpson Paper Company, California Body Shop, Fortuna Union, and special thanks to all the crew, including Jeep Fryer, to Dillon Chassis and 88 Buick Regal, car number 7, Matt Conkler. Outside row number 1, car number 11, sponsored by AGS Auto Electric in Fortuna, A1 Radiator, Battery, and Muffler, Toth Construction, Eel Valley Construction, Fortuna Paint and Body, Big Lee's and Elliott Service Center, 1981 Camaro, current point leader in our street stock division from Fortuna, car number 11, Glenn Shurey. And car number 16, second fast qualifier tonight, sponsored by K&N Glass, Napex Auto Electric, and REO Construction. A 1981 IROC Camaro from Eureka, the 16 car, Rusty the Rooster Olson. And the 4 car, fastest qualifier tonight, sponsored by Auto Painting by Bomber John Whitman, Don's Auto Parts, Larry's Napa Auto Parts, Redwood Tire, John's Automotive, Performance Engine Parts, L&M Renner Incorporated, Drywall by Master Plan Construction, and Kevin Knox at Union Oil in Garberville. Car number 4, a 79 Pontiac Ventura. He won the main event last Saturday night, and fast qualifier tonight from Garberville, Eric Graham. Stand our flagman Tim McEwen, assistant flagman Mike Peoples. There's that beautiful Trans Am pace car from our friends at Coastal Auto Mart. Motoring down the back straightaway. Of those 4 cars, starting in our street stock trophy dash tonight, Glenn Shurey, Eric Graham, and Rusty Olson have all won main events this year in 1989, and the 7 car, Matt Conkler, who got kind of a late start on the season, he is still looking for that first win of the year, and he's got an excellent opportunity to do it right here, pole position in this 4-lap trophy dash. Tim McEwen says one more time around and we'll go loose. Some of these guys have got to wonder just a little bit about how things have changed out here. We've had a temperature drop of many degrees with the sun going away and that track starting to cool down. Could get a little slippery out there as these tires will just not be as warm as they'd like them to be for a start, so we'll watch them carefully as they motor down the back straightaway. We're looking to go green this time around, 2 by 2 through turns 3 and 4. They stand to get on the end out of turn 4. There's the green. And very quickly, Glenn Shurey in the 11 car gets out in front from that outside starting position. Matt Conkler staying on the inside, and Eric Graham with the Pontiac going right with him. And back, down the back straightaway, past qualifier, Eric Graham. We'll try to pull alongside him, and he decides to back off this time around. He'll be starting lap number 3, Shurey, a little sloppy up the and now Graham trying to squeeze by the inside. Glenn Shurey with a problem on the car, very quickly into the pit area. And Graham inherits the lead. He'll look for the white flag this time around. Conkler battling with Olson for second place. One more time around. And that Conkler's car apparently still very loose through the turns, and Olson tries to dive to the inside, and Conkler tries to hold that line. Now, turn 4. Checker flag. Eric Graham, Matt Conkler, and Rusty Olson. And a reminder that our friends at AGS Service in Fortuna, 4 car, 1979 Pontiac Ventura. This car has been for sale, and I'm going to take a guess it still may be. The car is owned by Bud and Evie Miller from the Garberville area. Eric in his second season of racing here and very much a racing family. His dad, Donnie Graham, is putting a drag racing car together. It's the last word we got. Well, last week, one of Eric's crew members was our trophy presenter. That was Stacy Morris, and she said she was glad to be back over in the pit area to work on the race car. That's a lot of fun there. But it was kind of good luck for Eric because he won that main event. And our trophy presenter tonight, just stepping out of the vehicle. Trophy presenter tonight from Arcata, Kathy Cardoza. And Kathy has that beautiful flower arrangement provided to her by our friends at Dolson's Coral in Eureka. Also a nice t-shirt from our friends at First Racing Tires goes to our Trophy Dash winners. If he had his lucky sunglasses with him, and yeah, he had his lucky sunglasses on. I don't think he needs them tonight, though. Usually about this time we have sun shining right down the front straightaway, and it actually calls for some sunglasses. Maybe he's got them with him in the car. If he picks up a win here, we'll ask him about that. I was kind of curious to know whether he might have a contract as an endorsement or something for those fancy sunglasses he wears. I noticed one of his pit crew members also have the same glasses now. And you can see McCurtain and Culver both weaving back and forth. If you're unfamiliar with that maneuver, it's a way to get a little bit of warmth into these racing tires. All the cars in each of the divisions all run basically the same tire. That's kind of an equalizer. They can't run different compounds and different manufacturers. Of course, the tires between the different divisions are all different, but in each class, they run the same type of tire. And they like to get a little heat into these tires so that they'll stick just a little bit better on the racetrack. What she chooses. I noticed a for sale sign also on the 5-car of Gary Standifer, so check with those folks and see if you'd like to purchase a ready-to-go race car. And the indicator lights are on. We should see a start this time around. Bob Bonney, who does have one Trophy Dash victory to his name. He'll lead him around out of turn 4. Gary Standifer on the outside. There's the green. Together into turn 1. Standifer on the outside in the Ford, and Bonnie with the Chevy on the inside. Look at those cars, 2 by 2, just very evenly matched. Now Standifer tries out-braking Bonnie, and it looks like it's working so far. Working around the front straightaway. In the lap number 2, the blue Ford Pintos out in front. Gary Standifer and the Iceman. McCurtain with that fast qualifying time gives Standifer a little bump and says, I'll try the outside line. And now here comes Doug Culver in the Oval Mansion. And Gary Standifer is trying to make his little Ford Pinto as wide as he possibly can. Notice how he's moving back and forth, trying to take away their racing line. McCurtain and Culver, the first and second fastest qualifiers, and trying to figure out where to go. Where do we go on this guy? Now watch it as they come to the white flag one more time around. And now McCurtain goes to the outside, and Standifer tries to guard the inside from Doug Culver. And let's see how they handle him. Standifer trying to get the Iceman to the outside. Culver swinging on the inside. This one is going to go right to the flag. Down the front straightaway, Gary Standifer hangs on. Standifer, McCurtain, and Culver putting on quite a show those last 2 laps. As racing line. That's part of the tactics. Make them work for it. And the 5 car, you see that for sale sign on it down there, sponsored by Arcata Body Shop, S&S Plating, Arcata Muffler, Uniontown Tire, and Rogers Garage. A rookie driver out here, although he's been around racing for a few years, working with his son Tim on his race car. In the 75 Ford Pinto. Window net comes down, and the driver, Gary Standifer. Well, I think since he picked up this Trophy Dash win, the price of the car probably went up, I don't know, $50, $100, a couple $100, something like that. Our trophy presenter, Kathy Cardoza. Well, tell him they're qualifying. Row number 1, 4th fastest qualifier in only his 2nd year racing on the asphalt. Sponsored by North Coast Mercantile, your Budweiser distributor, and New York Seltzer. It's a 1989 Buick Regal. From Eureka, car number 71, Rob Hansen. And to the outside, the 17 car, sponsored by RAO Construction and Automotive Associates. A 1989 IROC Camaro, the 17 car, Randy Olson. And back to row number 2, our 2nd fast qualifier tonight. And the Harper chassis. Rick Harper does the work on this car, specially prepared chassis for 1989. Defending 88 champion in the Super Stock division. From Ferndale, the 48 car, Jim Walker. And one of our visitors, nice to have him with us tonight, sponsored by GEB Sons Construction, Automotive Associates, Foster's Water Well Drilling, and Drake Racing Enterprises. The 1988 IROC Camaro. Fast time tonight, and he's a 10-time sportsman class champion over at Anderson Speedway. That's a lot of racing over there. From Reading, the 38 car, Roger Gannon. These 2 cars on the racetrack right now, Randy Olson and Jim Walker have main event wins. Rob Hansen has picked up, I believe, 1 or 2 trophy dashes and a couple of heat races. With the exception of Mike Chase last Saturday night, we have not had an out-of-town driver win a main event in 1988 in the Superstock class, so maybe Roger Gannon will change that this evening. These drivers in these cars right now are wondering how the racing conditions and track conditions have changed out here since they qualified. It's considerably warmer. The air, moisture in the air would have been a little bit different then, so we'll find out real soon just how they handle it. Rob Hansen, Randy Olson, Jim Walker, and Roger Gannon. Tim McEwen says, one more time around, as our Redwood Acres Raceway Coastal Auto Mart pace car exits in turn 2. Watch those lights in turn 1 and then out of turn 4. When those lights go out, good indication we'll see a start here. Hansen leads it through 3 and 4, already starting to get on the gas. And the yellow light comes on. We do get these cars up to speed anytime the start doesn't look quite right, because we don't want them to slow down too quick on this front straightaway. So we'll get them lined up once again before we go green. And Tim McEwen indicating to the 71 car that he might have been a little early on the start. So we'll see how they handle it. We'd like to see the top 2 cars, that front row, pretty much evenly matched as they get on the gas before we get a green flag. So watch him carefully. And once again, they start to move out of 3 and 4. And there's the green. And we stay green into turn 1 and 2. Hansen out in front. Now Roger Gannon squeezing by on the inside of Olsen. Gannon with fast time, really putting on the afterwards down the back straightaway. Hansen in the Buick with 3 Camaros behind him. Bob Hansen, Roger Gannon, Rusty Olsen, and Jim Walker. For the white flag this time around. And now Gannon challenging Hansen, trying to get that inside line. He's not going to get it. Bob Hansen, Roger Gannon, Randy Olsen, and Jim Walker. I believe Rob has at least one other trophy dash win to his record here in 1989. Second year of racing in asphalt competition after racing sprint cars and stock cars out on the dirt here at Redwood Acres. Out of the car, Rob Hansen. And Rob, one of 5 local competitors who qualified in our tour race here 1 week ago. Excellent showing for our local drivers. Track photographer Sherry Baldwin out to snap the photograph. Reminder that you can sign up downstairs at the souvenir photo stand, your Redwood Acres Raceway souvenir stand, for a drawing which will include an 8x10 color photograph of your favorite car and driver. Kind of a nice souvenir to have. Clay surface a few years ago. He came out of turn 4. And, hey, Mike, did you forget to turn left? Is that what happened? Something broke. Oh, you're blaming it on the race car. Yeah, sure. I think he's probably blaming it on his brothers who built the race car. But he took quite a ride in turn 4 in that sprint car. And our first street stock heat race, and these would be the slower qualifiers, and we got one car out there, a couple of cars in fact that didn't make it for qualifying. So let's tell you a little bit about those guys. They did not make this qualifying grid tonight. The 12 car of Doug Way from Fieldbrook, his sponsors Humboldt Boat Company, Simpson Federal Credit, and Bohannon Corporation. The 70 car Bob Wallace also went on out here to qualify. Bob sponsored by the Mill Yard, 4th Street Market, Del Porto's Deli, A&I Roofing, and East Bay Machine. And the other drivers on the racetrack, the 23 car, Sean Andrews. Car number 29. 29 car of Lonnie Tucker. 71 car of Mark Murray. And the 27 car, the driver, Pat Walsh. And out of turn 3 and 4, we get set to go green. There's the green. Heat race. These would be your slower qualifiers. Walsh out in front in the George Giesner, number 27. Chevy Impala leads it back to the line. And now Bob Wallace in the 70 car challenging the 29 car of Tucker. Wallace trying the outside line, can't seem to get any progress there as Mark Murray tries to. Now, Wallace once again goes high on the outside and picks up 3rd place. Wallace, a rookie driver, his first year, and I think he's only made about 3 or 4 races out here, so Bob Wallace starting to make that Camaro look pretty good. And now Wallace going to the outside of Mark Murray, and out of nowhere, we've got a rookie driver out there who is starting to make that race car work very well. Pat Walsh, Bob Wallace, Mark Murray, and Lonnie Tucker, Wallace and Walsh. And now Murray trying to get back in there. They're going to start lap number 6 halfway there. And Walsh in the Impala started front row, and he is just working that car for all it's worth to keep some of these faster qualifiers behind him. Wallace going way high. That is not the place to be. Great shot of yellow. If you get too high on this racetrack, generally you see these cars just start spinning around. It just doesn't work. So our first yellow flag of the night in racing competition comes out on lap number 7 of our first street stock heat race. And a little bit of the pressure on Pat Walsh will be relieved, as one of his competitors will end up in the back of the pack here when we get going again. Car owner George Kiesner. And Tim McEwen says one more time around and we'll get it going. As we get set to turn them loose, watch them closely. And 3 and 4. There's your 3. And very quickly, Mark Murray trying to get on the inside, and Walsh shuts him down. And I think Pat is more or less saying, if you're going to get around me, you're going to have to take the outside line. He comes right up on the bumper, just inches between them. Murray gives him a little tap just to let him know he's there. Trans Am, and now Bob Wallace getting back into it. He's very quickly gotten back up with the leaders, and he could become a factor here. Murray going to the outside. Wallace picks up 3rd place as Tucker gets out of shape. And this first heat race is turning out to be quite a battle down the front straightaway. Murray on the outside, trying to use that high line, and that's going to be tough. Now Wallace in the Camaro slipping by to the inside. Now he may get boxed in there, but he's going to try and pick up 2nd place. They'll look for the white flag just turn around. One more lap. Pat Walsh trying to hang on for his first victory ever here at the Redwood Raceway on the asphalt. He hasn't won one before. Now Bob Wallace on the inside. A 3-car battle. And Murray is going to try that outside line. Here they come back to the line. Too close to call. We're going to have to check with the officials. Too close to call, and we'll see where it went. Between Walsh and Murray and Wallace, they were right there. That there? 1972 Chevy Impala. Thanks to Larry Woodhurst and Tom Helgeson, and a big thanks to car owner George Kiesner. George has been working on race cars out here for many, many years. Out of the car, Pat Walsh. And Pat raced out here on the dirt for many, many years and didn't have too much of an opportunity to do much racing until George got this car together for 1989. The car really wasn't put together until a couple of races ago. The only car that hasn't won a main event is the 7 car, Matt Gunther. Everybody else out there has at least one main event win. Once again, one of the cars conspicuously absent, the 55 car, Tim Standifer, and his dad Gary saying that car is out for the night. Points leader Glenn Shurey did not make the field here for either heat race, so there's a question mark on the 11 car. Where is Glenn tonight? He was out in qualifying. trophy dash out of turn 4. There's the green. And Tim McCracken in that Camaro very quickly going to the front. Cortopassi in the 47 car holds down second place. Matt Kumpler in the Buick Regal looking to the outside. And Eric Graham will try to follow him through. Getting the edge on Cortopassi's Chevrolet. Look how evenly matched those cars are down the back straightaway. McCracken trying to put in some distance between himself and some of those faster cars behind him. And Cortopassi gets into the rear. Brings out the yellow. And we saw some sheet metal flying on those cars. Look at the front end of Mike Cortopassi's car. Heavy damage. You can see the sparks flying off of that one. He's got a major problem. And Cortopassi had, look at that left front tire, I think, is gone, and that's a possibility he could get that one bandaged up for the main event, but he's certainly out of action here in this heat race. Kumpler sideways, and collect a few other race cars. Olsen in the 16 car slid around, but apparently he made it around okay. With Tim McCracken out in front, he got through that melee with no problem. And then Steve Henderson, Olsen, and Graham, the 4 cars remaining with a couple of people out of action. Cortopassi retiring at least temporarily, maybe for the night. We'll check on that. And also Matt Kumpler's car out of turn 4. There's the green. And Henderson very quickly trying to make that outside line work, but here comes the Olsen Camaro. Rusty the Rooster slipping by on the inside. And Graham in the Pontiac says, I think that's the way to go. He's going to stay right behind it. All 4 of these cars have won main events. And Eric Graham in the Pontiac says, yeah, let's do some high right now here as he goes to the outside. Heat race kind of looks almost like the trophy dash out there, doesn't it? And now Olsen moving up right behind McCracken. They were waiting to see if he can get that inside line. And trying to run for it. Graham says he will try the high side. Look out, McCracken in trouble down the back straightaway. Manages to hang on. Graham uses that to go the outside. At the moment, he may be thinking about that $100 bonus. And now, Olsen right on Tim McCracken's number gives him a little tap. We're in lap number 7. McCracken and Graham side by side. Graham, the fast qualifier tonight. But remember, in qualifying, you're there by yourself. You don't have that traffic to contend with. From the back of the pack to the front. And now Olsen back in 3rd place would like to work for 2nd once again. White flag is out one more time around. And Eric Graham has this one easily won, barring last second catastrophe out of turn 4. Also a special thanks to Terry Eldridge, the motor builders on this car. And a reminder, Eric Graham now has 2/3 of the Triple Crown tonight. You know, he's got a shot at it. Remember, our friends from AGS, sponsors of our AGS 100 tonight, have said that any driver in any of the 3 classes, there he is out of the car, Eric Graham. Any driver of any of the 3 classes who can win the Trophy Dash heat race and main event get a $100 bonus check. And Eric is 2/3 of the way there. And if you folks did not have an opportunity to pick up a copy of the program tonight, some of our program sellers will be making their way through the grandstands in the next few minutes. So flag them down and pick up a copy of tonight's program. Hey, Eric. I don't know if you can. Eric, were you aware that if you win the main event, you get an extra $100? Oh, you knew about that. Yeah, he's ready. Radio show. We're calling him tonight. His nickname tonight is the Flaming Amigo. Chad Martin in the 11 car, celebrity driver, the 29 car. One of the Middleton brothers, car number 29, Bill Middleton. Car number 3, Randy Dean. The 19 car, Dennis Del Biagio. In the Mustang 2, Bob Bonney. In the Chevy, in the 43 car, Gary Standiford. In the 5 car, 87, Doug Pulver. In the 99 car, Jerry McCurtain. And we'll try and get them lined up 2 by 2 here in 3 and 4. And there's the green. Into turn 1, Middleton in the 49 car. Very quickly goes to the front. Randy Dean follows him through. Here comes Steve Murray in the 44 car. As Chad Martin goes to the high side and holds down 3rd place. Now Pulver in the 87 car, the Opel Meta, starting to make his move. The mass qualifiers going for the front. And Murray and Pulver come together, but doesn't seem to put a grip in Doug Pulver's driving style as he moves to the inside of Chad Martin down the back straightaway. Here comes the Iceman, McCurtain in the 99 car. And now Randy Dean is getting up within the range of Bill Middleton's 29 car. And now Pulver to the outside of Dean. These guys are here to race. Bill Middleton, Randy Dean, Jerry McCurtain, and Doug Pulver, and they're just grouping all together here as Pulver goes to the outside of Randy Dean. And watch him back to the line. 10-lap heat race. 3 cars abreast into turn 1. 4 cars abreast into turn 1. Who's going to come out? The winner, McCurtain, goes by on the inside. The Iceman striketh again. And back to the line. McCurtain and Pulver. Now Pulver going to the outside of Randy Dean. Remember, Gary Standiford, who won that trophy dash, he'd like to get to the front. He could win a $100 bonus. But he's got a lot of work cut out for him so far here. We're lap number 5, and now starting to get these cars single file as they come back to the finish line. And now Standiford going to the outside of Randy Dean's Foggy Bottoms Automotive Pinto. The 2 Fords side by side, and Randy's trying to put him up against the wall, and he does just that. Trying to take away some of the racing room that Standiford had. Top 2 cars, McCurtain and Pulver once again starting to pull away. Now Standiford to the inside. And let's Dean Roy's going there. He spins around in turn 3 and 4. And so far we stay on the green. Look out, Bill Middleton and Dennis Del Biagio banging fenders. And these guys are starting to get serious. Here comes the leader, McCurtain, getting around traffic. And there is the warning flag being given to Gary Standiford after that incident with the Randy Dean car. And now watch as Dennis Del Biagio and Bill Middleton go at it down the back straightaway. White flag is out for the leaders one more time around. Del Biagio going to the inside of Middleton over there. McCurtain and Pulver down the back straightaway. There your leaders. And here he is out of turn 4. The Iceman, Jerry McCurtain, Doug Pulver. And with lap traffic there, Steve Murray in the 44 car, 3rd place to Gary Standiford. And Dean is also down to the leaders. 4th place would go to the 29 car of Bill Middleton. You can see that right front fender that Jerry taped up from last Saturday night's action. These cars, they don't make a lot of noise, and it doesn't look like they're going very fast, but boy, I tell you, the drivers have said they are just a lot of fun to drive. And fairly economical, too. No form of racing is cheap, but this is the best way to get started out here. There's the steering wheel. And he's got the hat. Oh, wait a minute. He's got the hat. Where? He's out of the car. Jerry McCurtain! But Jerry, I know it's foggy, but where's the sunglasses? Did somebody run over them in the pit area? Oh, I think Tim is looking in the race car to see if the sunglasses are in there. He didn't need them tonight, but no. Okay. Maybe he's just thinking about that big contract for the endorsement of those sunglasses, and he hasn't landed the contract yet. Jerry got a little bit of a late start in the '89 season in this car, so he's not as high in the point standings as I'm sure he would like to be. Our trophy presenter, Kathy Cardoza, flagman Tim McEwen out there, and photographer Sherry Baldwin. Number 25, Angelo Marcelli. Angelo, veteran racer. I think this is about his 9th or 10th year in competition. Finished second in points a couple of times on the dirt track out here. Car number 71, the driver Rob Hansen. And Rob would like to pick up a win because he would have an opportunity for some extra money. Now, he's not won a main event. He's never won a main event here at Redwood Acres, but he might just try a chance here tonight. So Hansen is the man to watch here. If he can pick up the heat race win, he would have an opportunity for that Triple Crown and the bonus money from AGS. In fact, the 17 car of Randy Olson and Jim Walker in the 48 car, the only two cars out there who have won main events in 1989. And we're looking to go green this time around. Out of turn 4, there's the green. And Marcelli with a little problem down the front straightaway. Hansen very quickly into the lead, and he's going for it. Walker and Olson side by side. Jim Walker and Randy Olson, the top 2 point contenders. Now Roger Gannon, the fast qualifier, is right behind him. Watch that battle for second, third, and fourth. Gannon on the inside. Bright yellow number 38. Hansen in the Buick, doing very well here as we're into lap number 3. And now Gannon gives the 17 car, Randy Olson, a little nudge to let him know he's there. And Gannon trying to nose down the inside. Can't find any racing room there. Top 4 cars go to punch up a little more. And you can see tire smoke off of Olson's 17 cars. He came out of turn 4. Number 6, top 4 cars. Rob Hansen, Randy Olson, Roger Gannon, and Jim Walker. And now coming up bumper to bumper, starting lap number 8. So far, those top 4 cars, none of those drivers willing to take the risk to try the outside line. They're all waiting for the car in front of them to make a slight miscalculation. Maybe they can slip to the inside. Into lap number 9, and we'll look for the white flag. One more lap to go as they come by this time. Bumper to bumper, out of turn 4. One more time now. Roger outside of the Gannon car. And now Olsen comes up right behind. Randy Olsen, Roger Gannon, Jim Walker, and Angelo Marcelli. John Reed, crew chief on this car. 1989 Buick Regal, car owner Sid Hansen. And Rob is the other driver tonight who has an opportunity for that $100 bonus. If he should put the Buick in the winner's circle in our main event, he has never won a main event here at Redwood Acres, so I'm sure the prestige of the main event might overshadow the $100 bonus, but we'll see how it works out. And our flagman Tim McEwen having Rob pull that car up just a little bit for the benefit of our video friends from CJ Studios. Remember, you can stop by Angelo's Pizza tonight, a little while after the racing is over, and see a complete video of tonight's racing. And of course, enjoy some great pizza there at 7th on 7th Street near Broadway. And he's out of the car once again, Rob Hansen. The 27 car will be our pole sitter here as Tim McEwen holds up the sign one more time around. 71 Martin Murray, Tucker in the 29 car. 47 Mike Quarterback, Steve Anderson. Matt Kunkler in car number 7. Mentioned earlier that we've had 8 different main event winners in this street stock division. It has been a battle royal. We could go green this time around. Walsh leads him through turn 3 and 4. They're 2 by 2 out of turn 4. There's the green. Traffic jam into turn 1. Make sure everybody gets through there. Walsh leads him through the back straightaway. Tim McCracken is trying to make his way to the front. He goes to the outside of Walsh. Anderson, Murray, and Tucker holding down. McCracken in trouble. Tucker gets around him, and look at the dust fly over in turn 2. And now on the inside, Tucker gets around the car of Matt Walsh, and looks like we're going to stay green. A warning flag going out to the 27th car of Matt Walsh, and now all of a sudden, look who's up front. Eric Graham just twisted his way to the front of the pack. In the left, number 4, Henderson's car and Olsen's car both have body damage on them. Some of the other guys have suffered a few dents and scrapes. There's your leader, car number 4, Eric Graham. Here's the battle for second. Henderson goes to the outside. Coming through, and already Graham will be coming up on traffic as he approaches the 23 car, Sean Andrews. Lap 6 underway, and you can see some of that detail on Anderson's Camaro, and also on Rusty Olsen's car has been torn up a little bit. Look out, Andrews into the wall in turn 4. Before the rest of the field comes through, Doug Way spins in turn 4, and he's up against the wall, and we're going to get a yellow and slow down. Yellow flag coming out after Tucker Andrews in the 23 car got out of shape, and then Doug Way, who apparently saw the problem in front of him and got on the binders a little too heavy. I believe he managed to keep it off the wall. Everybody running okay. Graham in the Pontiac. Tim Phillips in a Buick. Trans Am with Mark Murray. So a variety of car manufacturers represented, and I think we're still kind of concerned about the lineup out there. Lap number 8 is where we're going to get underway. Main event winners are seems to be some concern about the lineup for the second and third place cars. Henderson and Olsen both have decided they would like to be second place. We run a single file restart, so they're going to have to line up bumper to bumper one way or another before we go racing here. And our assistant flagman Mike Peoples down giving the indication with the 16 car that Rusty ought to be in the third position. Rusty Olsen, a winner back on July 1st. Main event in the street stock division. That was single file restarts. Lap number 8 scheduled for 35 laps, so everybody has plenty of opportunities to make their moves. And if anything, Eric Graham would have welcomed this yellow flag. He will be able to run at least a few laps without any traffic in front of him before he catches up with the slower qualifiers, so he'll have some clear running. Eric Graham, Steve Henderson, Rusty Olsen, and Lonnie Tucker, the top 4 cars, then Tim McCracken and Glenn Shurey. Here they come out of turn 4, and there's the green. In the 28 car gets around Tucker, and watch that battle for second place now. Rusty Olsen and Steve Henderson get ready to go out. And Curry in the 11 car, your point leader going into tonight's racing, also moving up on the outside of Tucker number 29. Back of the pack here is Walsh and Cortopassi and Murray all the way down the back straightaway. Already the lead cars are in traffic. Graham threads his way by Andrews, goes to the inside. And Henderson and Olsen following through. 16 car, and all of a sudden we saw kind of a puff of smoke coming from that car down the back straightaway. Door panel off the left side of the car. You can see the heavy roll cages underneath, especially on the driver's side. 4 big pieces of heavy steel tubing underneath the very lightweight bodies on these cars. Conference with our leader out here, Eric Graham, in the 4 car. Apparent indication is that Eric was getting on the gas way too early. He was starting to move up the race speed down that back straightaway. Normally, we like to see these guys start to get on the gas in turn 3, but not really jump on it very hard until they get to about turn 4. And Eric is just going to wait for the rest of the pack to catch up with him. At least one lineup adjustment to be made here before we turn them loose. For you folks who would like to take a look at our race cars and visit with your favorite drivers, see what these cars look like up close, you're welcome to make your way into the pit area after our final main event is complete tonight. Pit area is open to spectators at that time. Please be very patient, very careful when you get over there, because a lot of race cars being loaded on trailers, and some of these race cars are actually hot. And the 27 car, Walsh, is a lap down to the leaders, at least one lap, because Graham has made his way through traffic at least once. And the 71 car, Murray, is, I believe, also a lap down. Second place at the moment would be the 16 car. yet on the gas in 3 and 4. Here they come, and there's the race. Very quickly, Graham down the back straightaway as Olsen tries to make his way through some lap traffic. He's caught behind Murray and going high, the 27 car. Now Olsen on the inside line. Murray brings down. And now Murray sliding into the infield, makes his way back on the racetrack. The warning flag on the 16 car. Olsen in the second place. He's got a long ways to go to catch up with the leader, Eric Graham. Graham trying to hit that $100 bonus. He won the trophy dash. He won the heat race, and right now he's working on the main event. Glenn Shurey very quickly sliding to the inside. Murray in the Trans Am. Here comes Tim Phillips. We haven't heard too much from Phillips tonight. He had some problems and didn't make his heat race tonight. Graham gets around the 12 car. Doug Ray, we're in the lap 21, scheduled for 35 laps. McCucker can be very tough on race cars. They're racing in traffic, and Graham says, I'm going to go to the inside and see what happens. Quartermaster racing McCucker, and the leaders are caught behind him. This is where luck and skill come together. Graham makes his way through, and the gap closes as Graham behind the quartermaster car. With one lap of racing this time around. Graham down the back straightaway, looking for his second win, and $100 bonus. White flag is out. One more time around. Graham in the 4 car down the back straightaway. Olsen with traffic in front of him. Graham to the inside of some of the left cars out of turn 4. Look at Mark Murray over in turn 2, spinning that car as he came by. Shuri in the 11 car made it back on the racetrack. I would imagine he was very reluctant to obey that fix-it flag because of the point situation. He wasn't in contention for the 4 car of Eric Graham, sponsored by Don's Auto Parts, Clary's Napa Auto Parts, John's Automotive, Performance Engine Parts, L&M Renter Incorporated, Drywall by Master Plan Construction. He set fast time. He won the Trophy Dash Heat Race and main event winner, Eric Graham. And Graham from Garberville, California, winning his second main event win in a row. Winner back last Saturday. This is his first time on the racetrack. And Chad Martin, our celebrity driver in the 11 car, this is his first time. So 2 absolute complete rookies on the front row. Neither one of these drivers have ever driven a race car on an oval track before. And that's your front row. Right behind them, car number 29, another one of the Middleton brothers. Bill of the 29 car, then Randy Dean of the 3 car. And Mike Pinkles will do the honors for flagging this race, taking the left side of the flag stand. And Murray and Martin lead him down the back straightaway, looking to have those top 2 cars side by side before we go on the gas. Out of turn 3 and 4 so far, and there's a green. And very quickly into turn 1, Dean in the 3 car gets out in front. Middleton in the 29 car trying to get around Murray's number 44. Look how quickly Holber and McCurtain are going to the front, going high through turn 3 and 4. We're only on the first lap. Martin rolling down second place, but very quickly going to the inside. Look out, McCurtain in trouble. He slams into the turn, and Del Biagio hits McCurtain. And Jerry McCurtain getting sideways brings out the yellow as he made his way back on the racetrack. Del Biagio in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the yellow flag is out. McCurtain under his own power. He's got some heavy damage to the left front of that car. Got out of control, came back on the racetrack. Del Biagio ended up there at the wrong time.
Right up there.
Yellow flag coming out on our second lap. There's your leader of the 3 car, the Foggy Bottoms Pinto. Randy Dean up in front. And I believe Randy has a Trophy Dash win, or maybe a heat race earlier this year. He has yet to win a main event, looking for that first ever main event in racing at Redwood Acres. Single file on the restart, and right about here is where they'll try to get moving out of turn 3 and 4. Looks good so far. There's the green. And got a couple of cars moving very slowly out of 3 and 4. Ray Middleton just could not get that car underway, but now he's going. Here comes Culver down the back straightaway, already challenging Dean, and Standifer in the 5 car goes to the inside. Look at Doug Culver and Randy Dean going at it. And we do have a slow car in turn 1 and 2 as Culver makes the pass. Doug Culver picks up the lead. And I think we're going to be stuck with a yellow here because that 52 car is stalled down in turn 1 and 2. Yellow light comes on lap number 3. Car number 52, Ray Middleton, car for sale. I don't know if the price went down when he dinged up that fender or not. You just have to kind of bargain with him, you know. And here they come, single file. Doug Culver leads them through 3 and 4. Randy Dean right behind him, then standing around the curtain. And here comes the green. And 3 Ford Dittos all fighting it out for second place. Standifer, Dean, and McCurtain. And McCurtain at the 99 car slips into third around Randy Dean. Your fast qualifying time tonight. That damage does not appear to have affected the car as he very quickly tries to slide on the left side right into the corner on Standifer's 5 car. Remember, Standifer won the trophy dash. Doug Culver knows that McCurtain may have a faster car, so he is going to take that over and just push it for all it's worth. Top 2 qualifying times. McCurtain had fast time. Culver had second fast time. So here comes the battle as McCurtain with maybe a little more horsepower with that 2300cc motor. The Opal with a 1900cc motor. McCurtain trying to close the gap. Doing just that. It's taken him a while to do it, but he's almost ready to try and make a challenge. Now just a foot or two separating the top 2 cars. He's right on his bumper. And he's going to pull up alongside, trying to squeeze on the inside. Culver says, nope, I'm not going to let you have it. You're going to have to work this to the outside. Top 2 cars down the back straightaway as we are at the halfway point, and they will very shortly be coming up on traffic. The 44 car of Steve Murray. Lap 12 on the lap board, please. Thank you. Third place car is the 5 car of Gary Standifer, and back to 4th place Randy Dean, and then Ray Middleton, and Bob Bonnie, as the leaders are into turn 1 and 2. McCurtain just skating on ice out there. He doesn't want to give Culver any kind of a bumper tap that might cause a problem with the officials. He's going to take it easy and work hard for it. Now he tries to go to the high side, looks out there, no room. Doug Culver trying to use up as much racetrack as he can. He knows that McCurtain potentially has the faster race car. Inside of Bob Bonnie, and looks like a problem on Gary Standifer's car. He is not at speed into turn 1 and 2. Standifer has been holding down 3rd place, and he's out of action. Here comes Culver and McCurtain. They're side by side into turn 1. McCurtain has the advantage. Culver trying to stay with him. And Jerry McCurtain McCurtain picks up the lead here, lap number 16. We have to move all the way back here to car number 3. That's Randy Dean. He's running third at the moment. Bob Bonney is a lap down to the leader. So 99, Jerry McCurtain, 87, Doug Fulver. Then back to Randy Dean in the 3 car and the 29 car of Ray Middleton, or Bill Middleton. Top 4 cars as Dean and Middleton get ready to do battle. Scheduled for 20 laps. Here's your leaders. They'll be coming up on traffic here pretty soon. And Steve Murray in the 44 car, that Dodge Colt, he goes to the outside as the leaders come around him. Our radio celebrity driver, Chad Martin, in the 11th car, being shown the traffic flash. He stays to the high side. Let's the fast guys get around him. And the leaders are actually coming up on the third. Look out! A major problem on the 29 car. Ray Middleton losing a tire and wheel in spectacular fashion. In fact, you can see that tire and wheel right in the middle of turn 4. Bob Bonney actually ran right over it. Boy, that's kind of hard on the race car, Bob. And once again, the tremendous centrifugal force involved on these cars has struck again. We've seen this happen a few times with these race cars. Now, from our viewpoint here, Bill Middleton in the 29 car, he didn't hit anything. He didn't make any contact. Literally, that tire and wheel broke right off the race car. Then we go back to the 3 car of Randy Dean, and from there on back, it's anybody's guess because Middleton had been running 4th before that incident. Once again, to our friends from Automotive and Towing for having their vehicle here, trying to extract Bill Middleton's Ford Pinto down in turn 4. Well, he's not going to get that extra $100 because Gary Standifer won the trophy dash. He could have used that money to repair the front of that car. Look at that right front fender. He was going to fix that anyway because remember it was all taped up anyway. That's probably the deal. He wasn't too worried about it. Number 99, sponsored by Simpson Paper Company. 76 Ford Pinto. You know, he's got the famous McCurtain hat on as he gets ready to exit the car. It's always good to look good when you get out of the race car. It's important. Out of the car, the Iceman, Jerry McCurtain. And Jerry says, well, I think I've seen this lady here before. What is, oh, look at that beautiful hat from AGS, huh? Our friends from AGS Service in Fortuna, not only sponsors of tonight's Winston Racing Series, Redwood Acres Raceway, but putting up some bonus money, which Glenn Shurey already has, or no, it's to the stress that's put on these race cars when they're at speed. There you can see 29 car up on the hook. Bill Middleton's car. And our beautiful Coastal Automart Trans Am pace car. I'd like to thank our friends from Coastal Automart on 7th Street. In fact, they got about 3 or 4 blocks of beautiful brand new automobiles for you to shop for any kind of transportation you're looking for. Angelo Marcelli and Rob Henson front row, then Randy Olson and Jim Walker. And Roger Gannon with fast time tonight. Could be the only out-of-town driver outside of Mike Chase in the Tour event last Saturday night to win a Maine if he could make his way to the front. once again, our friends from CJ Studios will have a complete video of tonight's racing action. That's available for you to view on the big screen TV down at Angelo's Pizza. After our main event is over, 30 laps of racing. Superstock Tour Car main event at Redwood Acres Raceway. Gives him the sign one more time around. If you look very closely at these cars, you'll see some radio antennas spouting from a couple of them, and the drivers actually maintain radio communication with their crew chiefs, who are usually over in those bleachers in the turn number 2. Marcelli and Hansen front row out of turn 3 and 4, and we go green. Very quickly into turn 1. Marcelli staying to the inside. These cars are very closely matched, and the faster qualifiers are going to have to work hard. Hansen does not want to give up that outside slot. He's starting to back off. The cars are going. And Marcelli, with that pole position, is going to stay right there and make them work for it. Hansen stays right with them. And Olsen trying to figure out whether he should try to follow him through. He decides to go to the outside. Hansen now with the advantage. Picks up the lead into turn 1, and Randy Olsen, the 17 car, will try to follow him through. Roger Gannon in the 38 car is leading his way around Jim Walker, but it's Marcelli in the 25 car getting out of shape, goes into the infield. Don't know what that was all about, but he manages to stay on the racetrack. And now it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, Hansen, Olsen. Walker goes to the inside, and all of a sudden, once you get on the outside line, it's goodbye mama. Those cars are keeping up behind you. And now it's a battle of 3 veteran drivers. All 3 of these guys have turned thousands of laps on a lot of different racetracks. So we're going to see a 3-car veteran drivers, Randy Olsen, Roger Gannon, and Jim Walker. Right up on the tail of Olsen's Camaro. He had your fastest qualifying time, trying to slip by on the inside. And Olsen is going to make it hard for him. He's going to try it towards Gannon to try to make an outside pass. Tough way around. Walker is going to stay right with him. Walker decides that he's going to wait and see if those top 2 guys get into trouble, and then make his move. Marcelli are getting ready to do battle for 4th place. The lead car is turning times at about 15.8 seconds in competition. Taking it right up against the wall as they come down the front straightaway. And right up against the back wall. That's the fast way around if you can possibly do it. Try to judge your distance and your momentum to bring the car right up against the outside wall, then swing back on the inside of the turn. And that's the fastest way around this racetrack. Remember, points are scored for the track championship only. Once again, Gannon trying to get the nose of his Camaro in front front of Olsen as they came down the front straightaway. Once again, he moved right up there, squeezed in there, and cannot quite get the momentum to make the move. And Marcelli in turns 1 and 2 is sliding around in the infield. Looks like he's okay. He and Hansen had been battling it out, having their own little war in the back of the pack. Once again, Roger Gannon on the inside. Makes it. Picks up the lead here, lap number 17. And this time Olsen makes the move. Randy Olsen goes to the inside. Marcelli has a broken race car. He's signaling to the cars behind him. And Gannon steps back to third place. A lot of shuffling. All of a sudden, we saw everybody moving around. Now Olsen with the lead. Walker running second. Gannon third. Marcelli trying to get that broken race car off the racetrack. Will stay green. And the top 3 cars have a 10-lap dash to themselves. Now Gannon diving to the inside. Walker on the outside trying to hold that line. Jim Walker holding off the challenge of Roger Gannon. And now the question is, does Jim Walker have something in his pocket, a way to make a move on Randy Olsen? Roger Gannon pedals to the metal in turn 1 and 2. He makes it like easy, slipping to the inside of Walker's Camaro. Walker, the only two-time at all 3 of these cars, depending on the lighting and the position on the racetrack, you can see the brake rotor starting to heat up as Gannon goes to the inside. These guys are heavy on the biters in the turn, trying to stop everybody else on the racetrack. And now Olsen has seen that he's coming up on traffic. Before this one is over, he will have to contend with the 71 car. Gannon comes right up on Olsen. And now Olsen will have to make a decision. Will he try to go to the outside of Hansen 71? Roger Gannon and Jim Walker are trying to figure out how things are going to shake down. We've got the end of the laps to go. Hansen goes to the outside, lets the faster cars get around him. Randy Olsen, Roger Gannon, and Jim Walker. Time starting to run out. Trying to pick up his second main event win of 1989. And these guys will be looking for the white flag on the next lap, so we'll have 1 lap to go. As soon as they see that white flag, they'll know that if you've got anything left, Roger Gannon does not seem to have the momentum to pull up behind Olsen. He might try to outbreak him. Nope, he's not even going to try. He'll set over second place. Checkered flag. Randy Olsen, Roger Gannon, Jim Walker, and Rob Hansen. Both now have 2 main event wins. Jim Walker will continue as points leader with his 3rd place finish, although the points are fighting up a little bit between himself and Olsen. 17 cars sponsored by RAO Construction and Automotive Associates. The 89 IROC Camaro. Thanks once again to our friends at AGS Service in Fortuna for bringing you tonight the AGS Service 100. You be sure and stop by and say hello to Guy and Luann Stewart at AGS and thank them for their support of racing. They're on South Fortuna Boulevard in Fortuna. Reminder that we'll be back here 1 week from tonight on Saturday, August 12th. So be sure and make it back out here for some more exciting racing in the Winston Racing Series at Redwood Acres Raceway. Out of the car, Randy Olson. And a reminder, if you're planning to make your way over to the pit area, please be very patient here. We got to wait till we take care of our presentations and take care of our race cars. Our main parking lot gate will lock up about an hour from now, so keep that in mind. And we'll see you down at Angelo's Pizza. Watch the races and enjoy some good pizza and refreshments at Angelo's.